Already the 17th, they would eat it. Why? Because Savri, they held, Chadash b'chutz la'aretz derabanan. Chadash, the new grain, outside the land of Israel, is only prohibited rabbinically. U'lesveika leichashinan. You see, we always keep outside the land of Israel 2 days Yom Tov. Why do we keep 2 days Yom Tov? Because there's a doubt. Is the first day really Yom Tov, or is the second day really Yom Tov? Now today we have instituted a calendar, but we consider it, we act on it as if it's a doubt. That's why we celebrate 2 days. We continue this. So really, the 15th of Pesach, we're not sure if it's the 15th or the 16th. So we keep 2 days Yom Tov, right? The 15th is the first day of Pesach. We keep 2 days, 15th and 16th. When is the Omer Mutter? On the 16th of Pesach. So really there's a doubt. Is it the 16th or the 17th?
Oh, right.
They would eat it on the 16th by night.
Wow.
At the beginning of the 17th.
That's great.
So they say it's only rabbinic. So the doubt of the day is Sveika Leichashinan. It's only rabbinic. I'm not concerned about the doubt.
Well, don't be so impressed. They didn't have pizza then, okay? Don't be so impressed.
Isn't it only Rosh Hashanah? What are they? They're doubting more than 1 day. Is that what they're doing?
No. The 15th is not. We're not sure if it's the 15th or the 16th, right? The 16th, we're not sure if the 16th or the 17th.
Right.
But they said, don't worry about it because it's only rabbinic.
Wow.
We can already eat it that night.
Wow.
There's a lot of questions in this Gemara. The commentaries are going wild here. But first of all, Chadash is a davar sheish lematirin. A davar sheish lematirin means something that it becomes permissible with time. If it becomes permissible with time, you don't say that a suffix is mutter. Wait for it to become permissible. Mm-hmm. We mentioned things like this before. So, okay. That's Rav Papa and Rav Huna Breder Rav Yeshua. Rabbanan de Rav Ashi, Achli B'tzafra de Shivsan. They waited not till the night after the 16th. They waited all night until the morning of the 17th. Kasavri Chadash B'chutz la'aretz d'oraisa. They hold that it's really biblical. And it should be permissible in the following morning. However, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai midrabanan ka'amar. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai's institution that the whole day is forbidden, they learned that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was only saying it's rabbinically forbidden. Like we explained before, there was an institution, because when Mashiach's going to come, we're going to think that it's permissible in the morning. So he forbade it the whole day. When did he institute that it's forbidden? That's only the actual day of the 16th. He didn't say make the doubt. He didn't say that we have to forbid the 17th also. He made the institution on the 16th.
So,
Is that the chat? Could be. There's a discussion about when Sveika Derabanan Lakula. Whenever you have a doubt in rabbinic law, so you're lenient. Whenever you have a doubt in biblical law, you're strict. So is it because the rabbis only instituted their institutions in Vadai, in when we know 100%? They never instituted it for a doubt. So it's not that we're being lenient. When there's a doubt, there was never an institution. Someone said yesterday that he bought a lottery ticket, but he didn't scratch it off. He said he'd rather be a doubtful millionaire than definitely not. Okay. Amar Ravina. Ravina says, Amar li aim. My mother told me. Now, yesterday I was looking at this Gemara. He says, Amar li aim. His mother told him, Avuch. Lo yavi achal chadash. Where can I get this from? I don't know how they work this out. His mother tells him that his father did not eat the new grain.
an orphan or something?
So the commentary here says that he was an orphan from his father at a young age. And who was his father? It says Rav Huna. I looked through the book. It's not Rav Huna. I don't know. And they tell me the book to look at. They tell me, look, told us Tanam V'Amaram Erech Ravuna. I looked it up. It doesn't say that. Anyway, he says that his mother says from that what his father would do. His father, he would not just on the 16th, he wouldn't eat it. He wouldn't eat it the entire 17th. He would wait till the night after the 17th. The Savalak Rabbi Yehuda v'chayesh l'sveika. He holds like Rabbi Yehuda that the entire 16th is forbidden biblically, and he's also concerned that maybe the 17th is really the 16th. So he would wait the whole day. Okay.
So he holds Chodesh and Chutz is the rice.
The Ravina is clearly in Chutz La'aretz. Wow, that's a good point. You're looking for the Chadash. So we have Machlekes here. If it's Deraisa, Derabanan. No one said there's a problem. No one said that it's Mutter Legamri. In this whole Gemara, no one said that. You have to look. You have to compare the Sugi to. There's a Gemara Kedushin. You have to compare it to how the Gemara Kedushin says it and see what the halacha would be like. Okay, the Mishnah says like this. So Eimer, Hayamatir b'Medina, Ushtei Alechem b'Mikdash. When everyone would eat the new grain, that was after the Eimer, the 16th. But when were you allowed to bring the new grain as a sacrifice, as the offering, the meal offering in the temple? That was only from Shavuos. So we got an extra 48 days in there. 49 days actually, because the Omer is when we start counting, right? We have an extra 49 days that we can eat the grain before the temple is allowed to have the grain. The new grain. Ein mevian menachos ubikurim uminchas behema. That means the Menachem. That's the offering that comes along with a sacrifice. Kaidem la'Omer. You can't bring any of these meal offerings before the Omer. Im hevi pasel. If you do, it's invalid. Kaidem l'shtei alechem. But if you bring it before Shavuos, la yavi, you don't bring it. Im hevi kasher. But b'diavad, if you brought it, it's valid. Yosef Reb Tarfon. Reb Tarfon was sitting. Reb Tarfon was an older sage. He tells us he was older. He was a kohen. He was wealthy. He was tall. He was sitting. The Kakashale, he has a question. Ma bein koidem la'Omer la'koidem shtei alechem. Why are we making a difference? You're not allowed to bring the grain in the temple until the two breads are brought on Shavuos. If you bring it in between Pesach and Shavuos, the new grain, you violated it. You didn't wait for Shavuos. We say it's kosher. If you bring it before Pesach, before the Omer, then we say it's invalid. Why are there stages here? It should be always invalid if it's before the two loaves of bread, before that offering of Shtei Alechem and Shavuos. Amal lefan of Yehuda ben Nechemya. Yehuda bar Nechemya says in front of Reb Tarfon, Loi im amrit kaidem la'Omer shekein lo'huter mechlal yetzel hedyet. Before the Omer, there was no release of it from its prohibition for the population. It was forbidden for everyone. But before the two breads, it's been released from its prohibition for the population, so it's less strict. Apparently, Reb Tarfon views it as two separate laws. The Omer allows something 100% for the population, and the Shtei Alechem allows 100% for the temple. It's totally separate, and Reb Tarfon doesn't get why the Omer should change anything for the temple. To him, it doesn't make sense. The temple has to do with the two breads. And Yehuda bar Nechemya says, no. There's two stages to the temple being allowed. There's the first stage is the Omer, which that allows it for the people, but not yet for the temple. That reduces the severity. And then the Shtei Alechem allows it even for the temple. So he's telling him that why you have a problem with it being being acceptable after the fact. The prohibition has been reduced by the Omer being brought. So Shasak Reb Tarfon. Reb Tarfon is quiet. To what Yehuda bar Nechemya says. Tzavu panav shel Rabbi. They take out the word Rabbi. The face of Yehuda bar Nechemya shines. that he like outsmarted the Reb Tarfon. Amalei Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva says, Yehuda, Savu panecha, your face is shining. Sheishavta ezakin, that you responded to the elder. Tamaniim tarach yamim, I'll be shocked if you live long.
Oh,
Wow.
So, the commentaries explain that was not a curse. It was just like a doctor telling someone that smokes or something that I'll be surprised if you someone that has some wild behaviors, that are dangerous behaviors. He was just saying that's the type of character that doesn't live long. That's not. He wasn't cursing him. He was saying, I'll be shocked if this Yehuda lives long. Amar Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Eily.
That was the end of the story.
Oh, yeah, we're not done. Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Eily, who's a student of Rabbi Akiva, says, Oisei perek prasa Pesachaya. When he said that, it was half a month before Pesach. It was Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Kishalisi la'atzeres. When I came back for Shavuos, yes, to Rabbi Akiva, Shalti Achrav, I asked about him. Yehuda ben Nechemya heichanu, where's Yehuda ben Nechemya? Armali nifter v'halach loi. Said he passed away.
whoa.
Oh, wow.
I'm reading this Gemara. Is he one of Rabbi Akiva's students? He dies in between Pesach and...
Oh, wow.
I don't know. The commentaries are not saying that this is... We don't have individual stories. We only have like the whole group, 24,000.
What was the problem of what he answered? Because he said the word loy.
You
That was too-
embarrass
too-
him in public.
He gave, the rabbi asked a question,
Let me
students
see
gave
if there's...
answers.
They compared it to another... The commentaries...
Maybe it was the way he answered it.
Could be, but
Yeah.
it's embarrassing.
Has to be. Low.
Savu panav, who was
Maybe it was like what you, the fact that he smiled and he was so
Yeah,
excited.
that's like
that
low
was the
no go
problem.
covered. Low no go covered.
Well, the question is, what was the problem? That he answered the way he answered,
no,
or his
he
response of his happiness?
His facial response.
his attitude.
No, maybe why was interrupted?
There are three things here. He could have said loy, which is a very strong term. No, like,
Right.
or the fact that he even spoke. Was he allowed to speak?
I don't know.
Or
The
you could
commentaries...
say it was his facial expression.
The
I mean,
commentaries
this is a serious
compared it-
business over here.
Well, that's what it says.
I don't remember where I saw it. I
This
saw
was
this
his
here.
role. Zela says between the Talmudim. Rav Tarfon was a teacher of Rabbi Akiva.
He was older.
Older, so he would be in the category of teacher.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's in the same era of Reb Lezer. Lezer Agogo.
That is the time. He's probably a friend of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva himself was older, in his he was an older person. He lived till 120. Rabbi Akiva. He started his whole learning at 40.
Rabbi Akiva?
I think it
Yeah,
says
yeah,
he lived till 120. I saw earlier. I saw somewhere where they compare it to another story, and where they say the same thing. Oh, here it is.
Says here in here.
I thought you published. He says the commentary here says that he sensed in him a bad character. The fact that he was satisfied that he outdid someone. That satisfaction that he had was not a good.
So it was more the tav upon him.
Right.
So it's not that he spoke or how he spoke; it's the reaction of his satisfaction.
Okay. Amar Rav Menachem bar Yitzchak. Rav Menachem bar Yitzchak says something interesting. The different Yehuda ben Nechemya. According to Yehuda ben Nechemya, they're still studying his. According to Yehuda ben Nechemya, you see, Yehuda ben Nechemya says that it gets diminished. Okay. Nesachim bikurim shekrivim kaidum laimer ksherim. We have no law about how long we have to wait before we drink the new wine from the new crops. You're always allowed to eat from the new fruits and things. It's only the grain that we have this law. So therefore,
talking about the Omer, talking about bringing the Omer.
you have to wait
You have
for
to
the
wait
Omer.
just for the yain?
Just for grain.
I'm sorry, you have to
Just
wait
for
just
grain.
for grain. But
We don't have a law for fruits. You can eat the new fruits before.
Okay.
Based on this, I have to add in one more point. The temple does have a rule that the new wine, you have to wait for the Shtei Alechem. So the Shtei Alechem, the two breads on Shavuos, permit the new crop of wine. The Omer has nothing to do with this. So comes along, Rabbi Menachem says, according to Yehuda bar Nechemia, that says that if the people are allowed to eat it, so therefore the prohibition is diminished. And if it's brought in the temple, it should be acceptable after the fact. That's what he said regarding the grain. If it's brought after the Omer, but before the Shtei Alechem was permissible after the fact. So therefore, anytime you bring the nesachim, the libation, the wine, should always be permissible because it's already been diminished, the prohibition. Nesachim become ksherim. The Gemara says pshita. That should be obvious. I don't need Rabbi Menachem to say that. It says no, it's not so obvious. Because Ma'u de Tema, I could have said like this. Listen to this logic. Hasim hu dehuta mechlali etzel hedyet. Over there it was prohibited. It was prohibited, and it became permitted. It was released from the prohibition by the grain. Aval hacha, delay huta mechlali. It was not released from a prohibition. There was never a prohibition. So I could have said that when there's never a prohibition, what diminishes only the Shtei Alechem, and it has nothing to do with anything else. It's only the Shtei Alechem. If the Shtei Alechem are brought, then you're allowed to bring this wine. And if not, then not. It has no connection to the Omer or anything else. I would have said loy. So Kamash Malan, Rabbi Menachem is telling me that no, the fact that it's permissible, Kolshkin hu the Hachalei Klal, it's even more of a reason. It was never prohibited. So therefore it's always been diminished. And therefore it's going to be acceptable even before the Shtei Alechem. Okay, we're going to have 4 questions from Rami Bar Chama. I guess we could leave it here, and we'll deal with that tomorrow. There's 4 questions here.
The elephant in the room.
What does that mean?
One of the questions.